Our guest for today is Filipina-Japanese actress Stefanie Arianne, whose film Plan 75 was screened at the Cannes Film Festival and received a Special Mention Award. Let's get to know more about Stefanie in this episode. Hi Stefanie, welcome to Stronger Together, the Jimmy Pinoy TV podcast.
Hello po! Thank you po for having me here.
Stefanie, congratulations for the success of your film Plan 75, which was screened at the Cannes Film Festival. Ikwento mo naman sa amin yung experience mo on how you got the role.
Nakuha ko po yung role through my agency po. Tapos they just emailed me and then I went to the audition and so it took quite time for me to wait before I got the results po. And then when I got it, I never imagined for it to be in one of the most prestigious film festivals in the world. So yeah, it's very exciting. It's very fun. I'm still processing everything po until now.
How was it like working with the cast and director Chi Hayakawa?
It was very fun and it was quite easy to work with them because sa set po namin, because it's Japanese English, right? So most of the staff members, they knew how to speak English. It was very homey. And I also had po the accent coach, Sir David, with me all the time whenever I have my scenes in Tagalog or whatever, just to make sure that my accent sounds fluent still. And let's say the dialogue would sound more natural for everyone. And also, yeah, like with Chia, she was great. She knew what she wanted and she gave me really good instructions. And she was asking me, like, kamusta pamilya ko sa Pilipinas? Like, like how I was growing up in the Philippines. So she was asking me like those questions para ma-incorporate namin siya sa character ko din. And of course, like, I only got to work with Hayato Isumura. I didn't get to work with Chieko-san because it was her last day actually of filming on my first day. Yeah, it was fun all in all. I think my scenes, we shot it for 5 days po ata, yeah. Because usually like all of them, it was their last day. Tapos ako po, it's my first or second day.
Para hindi lang sabay-sabay, ano?
Opo, para hindi po sabay-sabay.
Pero kumusta naman sila, Stefanie? Like, yung Japanese production?
With the Japanese production po, like, since I've worked with a lot, like, it was really fun. But they made sure at all times, like, if I'm okay, and like, whenever I'm in the waiting room and everything like that, yeah. Though I do have I have a rule that no one can talk to me in English like an hour before my scene because my accent spills. So I don't want my accent to spill, so I make sure that I'm just focused on like the role, I'm in the game kind of thing para hindi masyadong konyo yung accent ko.
Are they strict with the time?
Yes, of course. Like like living in Japan, you cannot be late. Like, let's say if they say meeting, like call time is at 5 a.m., let's say like that, you have to be there 15 minutes early. If you're on the dot 5 a.m. there, you have to be apologizing. Like, I'm sorry, because 5 a.m. is usually like you're already on the way to go. So that really taught me a lot. Ever since living here in Japan, to be always, it's better early than be on time.
How do you feel representing your Filipino heritage in the international scene?
I'm so proud, and I'm very honored to be one of the representatives. I also believe that, us Filipinos, we need more representation in an international market, international films and everything like that. So I just felt like I was doing it for the team, kind of thing. Like, oh, yay, like I kind of like a step, at least like a baby step, to have more Filipinos in the international team. So it makes me really proud and it makes my heart, overwhelmed at the same time. So masaya lang po talaga ako and very, very thankful po.
But Stefanie, before you got this project, I'm sure you've had your ups and downs, your challenges and rejections. Can you share with us your story and some of the challenges that you had to overcome?
Oh yes, of course po. Like, like people think na, oh my God, you're an actor, ganyan, ganyan, mayaman ka na, whatever. Like, no. Like, the truth is like, I had to have different jobs to fulfill this dream because it's not cheap. It's not cheap at all, especially when you're starting. And of course, you have to shoulder a lot of things. You have to maintain things because this is your market and everything like that. And at the same time, po, like even if I'm half Japanese, half Filipino, my Filipino genes were just very more prominent than the Japanese genes. So let's say if there's a casting that says half Japanese or half something else, I usually won't get it because I don't look the Japanese side. I try to, like tell myself na don't make it personal because you don't get rejected because you're not a good actor. It's because you just don't look the part of what they're looking for, ganyan. So there were a lot of rejections and everything like that. Like you walk into a casting room and you have every single look there, like from from white, from black, from brown skin and everything, and everyone is just beautiful in their own way. So you sometimes like question yourself, oh my God, I look like a potato. So but at the same time you have to be your own cheerleader. Like you have to have your own back. You have to have that voice in your head that it's okay, kind of thing. Like you go here, just enjoy the moment, don't compare yourself to others and everything. There's a lot of downs, honestly. But at the same time, when you have the ups, that's the time na talagang ma-treasure mo siya, tas ma-appreciate mo talaga siya kasi nga ang dami mong downs, tas ngayon may ups ka na. So I think it's very important to have the downs kasi you won't be able to appreciate like once you have the good stuff. So I'm very thankful of that.
Kapuso, subscribe to GMA Pinoy TV and feel closer to home with our all-time favorite shows. Itbulaga, Bubble Gang, 24 Oras, and Kapuso Mo Jessica Soho. You can also enjoy award-winning news programs, documentaries, lifestyle shows, and many more on GMA Live TV and GMA News TV. GMA channels are available in the U.S. through various pay TV providers. To know more, visit gmapinoytv.com/subscribe or follow us at GMA Pinoy TV on social media. The past 2 years have been the time we spent making, baking, planting, renovating, laughing, adding, and trying. But no matter what life throws at us, there will always be something to lift our spirits and give us sparks of hope. We invite you to tell us your stories with shots and snippets of the things that helped you survive this pandemic. Send your snapshots and stories to PinoyInbox@gmanetwork.com and we'll feature them on our newest inspirational segment, Pockets of Hope, on GMA Pinoy TV.
Kapuso Abroad in Japan. Start your free trial on MavShack and watch your favorite Kapuso shows on GMA Pinoy TV, GMA Live TV, and GMA News TV. Visit mavshack.com or download the MavShack app to start watching now.
How did Stefanie balance working as an actress and doing part-time jobs? And what were some of her favorite moments in attending the 75th Cannes Film Festival? You talked about having multiple jobs. What were some of your part-time jobs?
So I did English teaching for kids, and initially it was just for kids, and then it kind of like with the school that I used to work with, it became like kids, then teenagers, then seniors as well, and then I would pick up some let's say one-on-one English teaching sessions, and then later on I became a brand ambassador and floor manager of a New Zealand cookie store in Harajuku. Hence why I got my accent. So I've been working with them for 4 years. And I met a lot of, was this Filipino creatives as well through them, because back then when the borders were up, a lot of tourists would come to our place, you know, like Patrick Star, Lily Maymack. It's funny because Lily Maymack even like recognized me before I recognized her, because she was like, hey, she's like, this is gonna be a weird question, like, but are you in a movie? And I was like, oh yeah, like, I'm like, how do you know? And she's like, yeah, I was just watching it in the plane on the way here. And she's like, I recognize you. She was watching Oh Lucy in the plane. So I was like, what? Yeah.
But when you went to Cannes though, I mean, may na-meet ka rin bang mga celebrity pagdating mo doon? Kwento mo naman sa amin din yung experience mo sa Cannes Film Festival.
So, nung nagpunta po ako doon, lahat ng event po namin, it's packed in one day. So, it was super hectic. Like, it was crazy. It was just like one, bam, 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 like that. But the time na it really clicked to me that, oh my God, this is real, was during the first ever event was the photo call in the morning. So, we were waiting in the lounge area because we were too early. Again, Japan time, you gotta be a little bit early. So we were a little bit early. So, and then someone said, oh, Anne Hathaway just passed us by. And I was like, oh my God, Anne Hathaway. So I was like, you know, like I've been watching Anne Hathaway since I don't know when, Princess Diaries. This is it. Like, you know, Anne Hathaway is just doing her photo call before us. We have to do this after her. So since it's such a fast-paced event, after she does her posing and everything like that, she gets kicked out and she has to go run to the next event. So I didn't even get to say hi, but I got to see her like there in the flesh. So I was like, oh my God, wow, this is great. But yeah, so seeing Anne Hathaway definitely was a highlight. But yeah.
And it's like a validation also of your hard work.
Yeah.
You know, that you finally made it.
But yeah, Viola Davis was there, Tom Cruise, and like all the big actors.
What are your plans after this film?
I'm just focusing on myself right now, focusing on my other side job, which is call center for kids, which is really cute. So I get to sing to them on the phone and everything like that, and just, you know, practice English with them.
Stefanie, let's talk about your role as Angela in the movie Melancholic. How did you get the role? Yeah. And was there an audition that you needed to go to?
Actually, that's a funny thing, because I got the role through a friend. He's a casting director. He sent me like the description of the role. So sabi niya, asawa daw ng Yakuza, ganyan. Tapos sabi ko sa kanya, I'm not sure kasi nga I don't want to be stereotyped. Ang daming role as a Filipino, you know, as a nurse, as a teacher, like, you know, like we're artists, we're bilingual. So it was a very, I don't know, personal choice to say no to the hostess roles. I want the international or like the Japan scene to learn more about our culture na we're not just hostesses, we're so much more. I met the producers and the two main actors and the director. He just explained to me, because I explained to him that I worry about, like, I don't want to be the stereotypical like Yakuza wife, you know, I don't want that. He's like, no, that's totally fine, that's not what I want too. When the director said that he doesn't want that image for the wife, that's the time I was like, okay, I want this role. Because and I don't think he even made me do any audition during that time, during our meeting. We just talked, and then later on I just got the role, and then they just sent me the script, and then they helped me with the romaji and everything like that. And then I just went in, and then after the shooting, the director and I helped him out to make the English subtitles much more natural, like for the English, you know, for the English speakers and everything like that. So yeah, that was really fun. I really liked that too. They were all really great.
GMA Pinoy TV Stronger Together music is now available worldwide. Streaming on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, and other digital platforms.
You can now use the Stronger Together stickers in your group chats, messages, and stories. Just search Stronger Together on Viber, Telegram, and Instagram stories. For more details, visit GMA Pinoy TV's social media accounts. Download now, Kapuso!
Welcome back! How was Stefanie raised in the Philippines? And what does she miss the most about her home country? So Stefanie, you're half Japanese and half Filipino, correct?
Opo, si Papa po Hapon, tapos si Mama po Pilipina po.
Pero lumaki ka na mas Filipino yung upbringing.
Opo, lumaki po talaga akong Filipino ang upbringing ko po. Lalong-lalo na po kasi lumaki ako sa lola ko po. So, kailangan talaga Pilipinong-Pilipino.
What made you decide to move to Japan when you were 18?
So my family, like my mom, my brothers, they've always been living in Japan ever since. Yeah. So when I was back in the Philippines, I was with my grandma. The reason why my mom left me in the Philippines kasi po yung my aunt who passed away back then when she was still living and she had her cancer, she requested po sa mama ko na please keep her muna dito sa Philippines kasi nga she gives me life, she gives me, she gives me purpose and everything like that. My cousins, like, sabi rin po nila sa akin na I'm the reason why her life extended as much as it was, which is really touching. And then ever since then, I was living with my grandma or my relatives po. But my grandma had to move to the States with my aunt. So I was left in the Philippines with my relatives po. Tapos, my mom, she asked me, like, what do I want to do? And also my brother. And then I think when I was 18 po, like, I don't know. There was like this inner feeling na I want to do something else. Like, I want something new kind of thing. So, and of course, like, my mom and my brothers are always in Japan. So I was like, I kind of want to, like, learn more about the culture and also learn about that side of myself because I don't know that side. I just followed my heart and just moved to Japan.
Saang part ng Philippines ka lumaki?
Initially po, I lived in Parañaque. Tapos po, lumipat ako sa Quezon City. And then, tapos nagpunta rin sa Cainta. Tapos San Pedro, Laguna. Then, back po sa Parañaque. So, when
You've
people
been
ask me,
around.
yeah, I know. I was like, where are you from in the Philippines? I'm like, I really don't know. But I know it's like Manila. So, yeah. So, lots of places po. Which is fun, actually, because it's great learning different, like, culture and different, Sa mga barangay po, di ba? Iba-iba ang mga happenings. So,
ano yung dream mo nung bata ka? Or gusto mo na talaga maging artista?
nung bata pa lang po ako, super ganyan. Yung mga kapag bibigyan ako ng piso or something, kakanta ako or sasaya or whatever, mag-aarte. Tapos, kasi tinanong ko po yung lola ko. Sabi ko, Nay, anong nangyari? Kailan nag-start yung dream ko na maging artista or actress, ganyan. Sabi niya, hindi ko talaga maalala, pero alam ko talaga from the beginning daw. Yun na daw talaga yung gusto ko. Pero siya ayaw niya. Kasi nga, gusto daw niya ako mag-aral, ganyan. So, kapag may mga, alam niyo po yung mga audition, like TV audition or whatever, kinukulit ko po talaga siya. Uy, gusto ko po talaga ganyan. Tapos sasabihin niya talaga ayaw niya. Kaya ang mga performances ko lang po dati is yung mga school performances, ganyan. Church performances, yung gano'n. Yeah, school programs. Hanggang dun lang muna po ako kasi gusto nga daw niya akong mag-focus muna sa pag-aaral ko. Which is good. I really appreciate it now.
You said you were very shy as a kid, no? How did you overcome that? Because being in the entertainment industry, it requires you to be in front of the camera most of the time.
When I hit like grade 1 po ata, dun talaga po ata ako naging talagang shy na ganyan. Tapos nung nag-high school po ako, since bago na naman ako sa school, ganyan. So parang new slate. So nag-join po ulit ako ng teatro and everything. Kasi talaga in my head po na dito ako magaling. Magaling ako umarte. So dun po ko kumukuha ng strength in a way. So when I had to audition for teatro, ang iniisip ko na lang po talaga like the character kind of thing. Pero nung pagpunta ko po dito sa Japan, yeah, like it's completely different from being like in theater tapos in front of the camera, right? Because I experienced it back nung nandyan po ako sa Pilipinas. Nung magko-commercial shoot kami, I cannot say anything. I was just freezing. So what I did is I would just like practice in front of the camera po, like to be more natural. Tapos I would collaborate po with photographers here in Japan to do like some shootings and everything. Kasi in Japan po kapag nag-join ka ng freelance agency, you have to do modeling too. So I had to have shots for modeling. So definitely po, dun po na more akong nasanay.
What were your biggest adjustments when you moved to Japan? Meron ba?
Opo, madami. Kasi nung nandyan po ako sa Pilipinas, very independent po ako. Very outspoken po ako. Very, so I'm a very independent woman. Tapos I do believe that women should do whatever they want to do, you know? And of course, like in the Philippines, it's a different, like when it comes to like workforce and everything like that, right? Women are also, you know, equal to men. So when I went to Japan, my mom obviously has a very Japanese way of thinking already. And of course, like seeing her daughter act like that, she's very confused because, you know, like usually like the stereotype, like Japanese teenagers, they're very mahinhin, ganyan, tapos very girly, ganon. I'm very girly in my own way. I love like loud colors. I love red lipstick, you know, like that. So she was just like, oh my God, you know, like you gotta tone it down and everything like that. But I was a teenager then, so I was like, no, I'm not gonna tone it down. But a lot of things, you know, like especially time management. Wow. Of course, like, you know, the language itself, like it's very hard to adapt the language if you're not like surrounded by, let's say your work, you're not surrounded by a lot of Japanese, in which in my case I was mostly surrounded by foreigners at all times because I worked with foreign companies when I was here, so I rarely got to practice my Japanese. Yung mga ganun po, like small things with culture and everything, pero it's good, like, you know, it's nice, like I'm very adaptable, I guess, because I guess since in the Philippines I kept moving around, so it came natural for me to adapt easily. My mom even asked me, I think my 3rd month in Japan, she's like, do you want to stay here or do you want to go back? Sabi ko, I'll stay, you know, might as well. I'm already here.
May mga friends ka rin bang Filipinos? May mga nakakasalamuha ka rin mga Pinoy dyan?
Opo, pero hindi po masyado. I have like a couple of friends po, pero we met through, it's funny, we met through, what's this? Because I was selling my red boots online, and then for some reason, she was a Filipina. Kakalipat ko lang po nun sa Tokyo. So, and she's like, oh, you're Filipina and everything like that. And so we met up and we kind of like had coffee. And then she had like her group of Filipino friends. One of them is a theater like performer as well here in Tokyo. So, ayun, sila po yung mga kind of group of friends ko po dito sa Japan.
Do you still get to visit the Philippines?
Oh, ang tagal ko na nga po hindi naka-visit ng Philippines dahil sa pandemic. Gusto ko po talaga umuwi. Namimiss ko po talaga yung food. Yan. Mahilig po talaga ako sa food. Tapos, syempre po yung lola ko rin po kasi magna-91 na siya next year. So, you know, so kailangan ko siyang makita. So, sana po this year or maybe next year makauwi po ko, makabisita ko.
What is your message to aspiring actors?
Don't give up. I know it sounds so cliche, pero a lot of people are going to step on your dreams. Pero if you can dream it, then yeah, you can do it. There's gonna be a lot of struggles along the way.
Thank you, Stephanie, for your time. We are rooting for you. And thank you for being an inspiration to so many Filipinos.
Salamat po. Salamat po talaga for your time po na to have me here in your podcast. So I appreciate po. Thank you po talaga.
Stronger Together, the GMA Pinoy TV podcast, is an original production of GMA International. This episode is produced by Gerald Vista and edited by Anton Taguinot, with coordination by Ben Suarez Nang and promotion by Joseph Saudi.